So today I want to have a straightforward conversation with you about money. This is not going to be some sophisticated talk. I am going to talk in a language to you like I would talk to my friend sitting in my garage. Because when it comes to money, there is no sense in putting a whole lot of sophistication on it. Either you have money or you don't have it. And most of us, and I'm not talking about black people, I'm talking about people in the United States, period. Most people are broke. 78% of the people live paycheck to paycheck. So I don't care nothing about what you see on Facebook, when they post in their houses, when they're posting their wonderful and beautiful cars. That is just, that's pretty, that's nice to see. It's good to see that people are doing well as far as accumulating things. But when it comes to accumulating money, that's where the difference comes in at. See, you're accumulating things, but we don't accumulate money. So I want to talk to you about money and our accumulation of money instead of just spending money, instead of just getting credit to make the mortgage companies rich, to make the car companies rich, to make the credit card companies rich. No, to enrich ourselves. So we're going to talk straight talk today about money. Number one, let's talk about why I decided to start a channel about money. Money is a requirement. From the time you're born into the world to the time you die out of the world and everything in between, it all costs money. So it just makes sense to have an awareness of something that important. We didn't say that money was important. The world that we live in says it's important. So in order for us to live by the rules, in order for us to play by those rules and to be able to play at a high level, we have to understand money and how it works and how it should be utilized. So it's a need for us to talk about it. It's a need for us to develop a conversation around this topic so that we can get a better understanding of it. Because when we understand it better, we can do better with it. We've avoided conversations about money. The reason why we've avoided those conversations is a very simple reason. Because we don't have any money. We don't want to talk about something that we don't have because we're quite comfortable with talking about the things that we have. We're okay with talking about our beautiful homes, our big bad cars, the money we have on our credit cards. We talk about all of those kind of things, but we don't talk about money because we have not figured that piece out yet. We have not figured out how to keep the money that we make. We know how to spend it. We know how to go and get credit. We know how to get a good credit score, but we haven't figured out how to accumulate it, how to invest it, how to grow it over time, how to be able to keep some of it for yourself, and then maybe help someone else. Pass it on down to members of your family. Grow wealth. What you hear everybody talking about, generational wealth, having wealth pass through generations. I'm not so focused on a generational wealth right now. I'm more focused on my wealth, building wealth at my level, and then moving on and building it from that point. We must first take care of ourselves. We must first show us that we can do it. You must prove to yourself that you can do it before you can help someone else. Everybody wants to help someone. The question is, are you qualified to help someone else? And another reason why I wanted to make this channel exclusively about money is because I realized that this wasn't just a problem for me. Although I was having problems with money because of the decisions that I was making, other people were suffering those same problems. And then I started to look at black people because I'm a black man. I started to look at us on the wealth totem pole to see where we ranked at on that totem pole. And I found that we were at the bottom of the pole. And I said to myself, man, I want to contribute to making us a better people. I want to contribute to being a better person for myself and my family. And I want to be a man that people recognize, a man that understands wealth, that understands money. That's what I want to be when I grow up, so to speak. And what I realize is that there are a lot of people just like me, of all different environments, all different racial makeups, that want the same thing, just want to be a better person, want to understand finances better so that they can have a better life for themselves and for their family, their circle of people. And then they want to reach outside of that circle when they have understood money to help other people understand it. And yes, I think it's important for us to enjoy the pleasures of life. I think we get one life, we get some chances here while we're in this world world to enjoy life to a certain level. And I think whatever level you want to enjoy life to, you should be able to maximize that level. And personally, I'm just not the type of person that just wants to leave everything up to chance. You see, I'm right here in the world right now amongst treasures. So I just can't see the sense in me saying, hey, I'm going to forego treasure right now in hopes that I'm going to die at some point and a treasure will be waiting for me. Well, yeah, it may be waiting for me, and that would be great if it's there, but I'm not going to forego the opportunity right now. I'm going to go out and get some of the treasures while I still live. And I would highly recommend that you do the same. But now I realize that this is not for everybody. This channel won't be for everybody. This channel is only going to be for people who are unapologetically trying to get that money. And I ain't just talking about trying to get it. I'm talking about trying to keep some of it. Now that you have a better understanding of why I'm starting this channel to specifically focus on money, let's talk about what qualifies me to talk to you about money, because that's a really good question to anybody that's sharing information with you. What qualifies you to share information with me? What qualifies you to advise or recommend certain things? Well, for the last 7 years of my life, I have changed the way that I look at money. I've changed my perspective on money. You see, for the first 40 years of my life, I looked at money in a certain way. It was about how much money can I make so that I could spend money to get the things that I wanted. So after I spent money and got the things that I wanted, and I didn't have any more money, then it was about going out and getting credit so I could get more things. So it was all about living a bigger lifestyle. But then I realized that it wasn't necessarily about lifestyle that I wanted. What I wanted more than anything was freedom. I wanted the freedom to be able to be, do, and have anything that I wanted in life. And what I realized is that you have to execute a certain plan in order to get those things out of life. It doesn't just happen because we want it to happen. So I studied money and how money works. And more importantly, I studied the system in which we live. I started to understand capitalism and who capitalism benefits. And then I went in to understand investments. And after I understood investments, I had a good understanding, or a decent understanding, I should say, of investments. I didn't wait and try to get a better understanding. I started investing my money. I started putting money into the stock market. I started buying index funds, mutual funds, ETFs, and I've accumulated over $400,000 just in the stock market. I have a net worth of over $700,000 now. I set a goal to become a millionaire back in 2015. And in 2022, I plan to hit that goal, and I set it to be a 7-year goal. And to put that into proper context so that you understand the magnitude of what I've accomplished in such a short period of time, most people take about 25 to 30 years to build $1 million in net worth. And I am going to do that in a 7-year period of time. So I know some things, I've studied some things, I understand some things about money and about this system that can definitely help you. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. The whole purpose of this channel is for us to take a look at where we are right now, decide what it is that we really want. If we really want to be financially free, if we really want to become the millionaires that we say we want to become, let's buckle down. Let's start to do some things differently. Let's look at money differently and start to execute a different plan so that we can get a different result. I'm looking forward to you coming along on this journey with me and sharing my experiences, sharing the things with you that I've learned to help me build wealth in hopes to help you build the wealth that you want to build. And it's something that I want you to remember. I want you to keep this at the forefront of your mind. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not just one act, but a habit. If you sow a thought in your mind, from that thought comes an action. If you sow an action in your mind, from that action comes a habit. If you sow a habit in your mind, from that habit comes a certain character. And if you sow a character in your mind, eventually you walk into your destiny. So those things don't just happen. We make those things happen by our actions every single day. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Certainly hope this information has been helpful. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.